Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Options Trader today. So today in this video I'll explain you how the price of gold, silver, crude and natural gas has moved and how the pair of Euro USD, USD CAD, USD CHF, USD JPY, all these will move after the US tariff. Okay, and during the US tariff. If you look at the particular trend of gold, we have seen it is moving in this particular zone for quite some time. Okay, and we can see there will be a good volatility today. Okay, so you have to understand that the price of, because see, US tariff are more than just trade tools. Okay, from gold and the US dollars to the Chinese yuan, tariff reshapes prices as well as portfolios. If you break down how the tariff impacted the gold, natural gas and silver and other currencies, how it will affect the traders. Okay, this is not for the investors or the people who are looking for a longer view. See, this is for a short view which I am making this video. So if you're trading, if you're trading in something else and if you wanted some analysis on it, you can mail me regarding that, or you can mail me at stockmarkettradinglab@gmail.com and one more mail ID in the description. And please watch the full video so you understand how these technicals work. See, if you look at the tariff, because see, when the global supply chain disrupt, you can see the price, short price spikes sometime high or lower. But for a longer view, you can say if the supply spikes, so we can see the demand sometime falls. Okay, similarly what we have seen in 2018 where there was a tariff, something like this happened. The drop in the price of even copper was there, aluminium was there, and other agriculture goods were also there. Okay, similarly if you look at the crude and gold, the price, if you look at the gold, because see, this is act as a safe haven. So what was happening previously when the tariff was there, in around as it is coming today, so there will be a volatility. As we can see, the price of gold can be very volatile. So you have to understand, you have to put your SL, okay, put your SL twice as well as your target and reduce your quantity to half, so that you can be like, if the price, there will be a volatility. So if you are trading with a set of amount of quantity, you have to reduce it half because the volatility will be high. So your target should be hit rather than hitting your SL. So always try to reduce the quantity when the volatility is high, okay, and increase your target and SL by twice. Okay, we'll see on the USD, Euro USD, okay, USD CAD, USD JPY and USD CHF. All these things will be covering in this video. Okay, because see, you have to understand there is a lot of things happen. See, if the tariff affected the yuan, then there will be a devalues of offset, export and import imbalance will be there. If we see a growth in the tariffs or a USD strengthen, then we can see there will be a fall in the euros, or the price can, or import and export will be disrupted. So you have to understand all these. The tariff will going to create a volatility in the market. So let's see how the price of gold can go. Okay, then I'll explain you further. If the price of gold, if you look at this particular time, for today there is a green candle is forming. Okay, but yesterday what we have seen, the full, after making a high around 3150, there was a continuous downfall. Okay, but today there is a green candle is there. Suppose if the price sustain this level, we can see it can touch a level of 31.29, and if that sustain a further upside, we can see towards a level of $34. Okay, so you have to look at this particular chart. Suppose if the price sustain above that level, probability of touching 3150 will be there. As soon as the price started going above this level, probability of touching 3170 will be there to a level of 3180. And if the price moving over this level, it can touch a level of 3200 to a level of 3250, and then it can move towards 3300 also, because see, the volatility will be high. If the price started rising on this level, we can see there will be higher chances that it can cross a level of 3300 also. So see, this is what will be the impact of the tariff, we never know. Okay, so you have to understand, if the price started going higher, trail your SL by $5 or $10. Okay, I would suggest $10 will be better, because see, volatility will be very high, and once you earn profit, try to trail your SL. Okay, and whenever you start to trade, put your SL so your capital will be safe. This is what you should be doing. Okay, now when the price started going upside, keep trailing and be active with whatever you trade. Okay, and always remember set your limit for today, or risk limit. Suppose if the price didn't sustain, it can reach towards a level of $3105, and if the price started falling below that particular level, chance of touching 3100 will be there. As soon as the price started going below this level, probability of going towards 3087 we can see, and if the price started falling below this level, chance of touching 3077, and once started going below this level, we can see there will be a further fall towards a level of 3061. Okay, and once started falling below this level, to a level of 3057, this 3057 we can see a bounce back. See, these are the support which will impact, because suppose at this level we can see a profit booking can come, and then if started bounce back, we can see a bounce back. But if that didn't sustain, a further fall we can see towards 3048, and from there a further fall we can see towards $37. Suppose if the price started going below that level, we can see a level of 3005, and then there will be a zone breakout. So further fall we can see towards a level of around 2987, and from there a further downfall we can see towards a level of around 2960. Remember that the price, market will be very volatile, so you have to understand that if the price started going below 2960, it can touch a level of 2955, so we can see a bounce back can come from this level. But if started falling below this level, we can see a level of 2931, and then a further fall we can see towards 2900. Why I'm telling you all this? Keep trailing your SL, that is very important, by $10, okay, as per the volatility. Okay, and once you in profit, try to hold that profit by trailing your SL. Okay, so market will be very volatile. See, if I'll show you a dollar index, see, dollar index dollar index will play an important role, how the price of all these commodities as well as the forex pair, how it will move. See, if you look at this trend, there is a dollar index is moving in this particular zone. Chances are high that if because see, it is creating a U pattern, chances are high it can move below a level of 103.7. See, if you have to watch full video, then only you will understand how it is. Okay, so suppose if the price started falling below this level, it can move below a level of 103.1, and from there a further fall we can see towards this particular level. Then there is zone breakout, so further fall we can see towards a level of 101.9, and if the price falling below that particular level, chance of touching a level of 100.3 we can see, and then there is a zone breakout, so we can see there will be a further fall. Remember, there is a higher chances that it can fall below a level of 100, and it can touch a level of 100.2, and if the price falling below that particular level, chance of touching 99.6 will be there, and then there will be a zone breakout, so further downfall we can see towards 99.3. If the price falling below that particular level, we can see there is a chances of touching a level of 97.3 also. See, why I'm showing you all this downside also, because see, there will be a volatility, so you have to understand when the dollar index started going down, the price of gold comes up, silver comes up, crude comes up, natural gas comes up, because they are inversely related. Okay, and currency pair, you can see if the euro USD is there, all these pair I'll be explaining you in this video. Okay, so now this is for, so what we can see, if the dollar index started going upside, I've told you that the price of natural gas, gold, crude and all this comes down. When the dollar index started going down, we see the price of gold, silver, crude goes up. Okay, if you always try to put your SL whenever you start to trade, and trail your SL, so your profit will be safe. These two things you have to do. Okay, now coming back again on the silver price, see, you have to understand, when gold will move up, so similarly the other metal will also move up. This is what we have seen, because they are inversely related. If you look at the silver and the USD, suppose, see, now the price is moving in this particular zone, the silver price. So if the price of silver started sustaining this level and it started crossing a level, if you look at the particular trend of silver, there is a higher chances that we can see a further upside. I have already explained the dollar index. So if the price sustain this level, it can move towards 33.8. From there it can touch a level of $33.9. If the price moving over this level, probability of touching 34 we can see, and from there it will cross a level of 34.2. Suppose if the price moving over this level, probability of touching 34.6 will be there, and then there will be a zone breakout, so we can see the price will go further upside, and from there it will touch a level of 34.8, and then there will be a zone breakout, so chance of touching 35 we can see. Okay, but if the price, see, this is what we have seen, that the price of silver, people try to invest in this. Okay, because see, when there is a good volatility, people try to go on the metal side, they try to go on the gold and silver. Okay, so if the price sustain above a level of $35, try it, because see, there will be a higher chances that the price can go further upside. So if you look at this particular trend, if the price started going above 35, we can see it can touch a level of 35.3, and if the price moving over this level, probability of touching 35.7 we can see, and from there a further high we can see towards a level of 37.5, 35.3 to a level of 37.5. So what you can do is trail your SL by $0.5. Okay, so you will capture a big movement towards an upside, as well as you can save your profit. These two things you have to do. But suppose if the price didn't sustain, what we can see, suppose if the price didn't sustain, it can come down again towards a level of 33.5. okay, and if the price falling below that particular level, chance of touching 33.2 will be there. If the price started falling below this level, the chance of touching 32.9 will be there, and once started falling below this level, chance of touching 32.3 is there. Okay, if the price started falling below that particular level, chance of touching 31.7 is there, and if the price moving below that particular level, we can see the price will hit downside towards a level of 31.1, and from there a further downfall we can see towards a level of 30. Okay, again I repeat, you have to understand, as soon as the price started going below this level, it can touch a level of around 33.4 to a level of 33.2, from there a level of 32.7. Suppose if the price started going below this level, we can see a level of $32.3, and once started falling below this level, we can see a level of 31.7. Suppose if the price started going below this level, we can see a level of 30.9, and from there a further downfall we can see towards a level of 30.5 to a level of $30. Okay, and then there will be a further downfall we can see. There will be a volatility, so there is a chances that we can see there can be a movement of $3. Okay, we never know. Okay, now coming back on the crude, you have to understand that the crude price now trying from 4 days to go upside. 4 weeks, I'm telling you, 4 weeks it is trying to go higher. So what we can see today, as you can see looking at this particular chart, see there is a swing forming, and now the price is trying to go in this zone. Okay, and for today and yesterday we have seen a red candle is forming, so chances are high if the price sustain above a level of 71.3, we can see there will be an upside, so it can move towards 71.8. from there it can touch a level of 72. As soon as the price started going above this level, there will be a zone breakout, because this level has come after 2-3 weeks, so chances are high it will touch a level of 72.6, and if that sustain a further upside, we can see towards 73.2. If the price moving over this level, probability of touching 73.6 will be there, and from there a further upside we can see towards a level of $75. Okay, then there will be a zone breakout, so further upside we can see towards a level of around 76.24, and then a further upside we can see towards a level of $77.4. Okay, now if you look at this particular trend, there once started going above this level, we can see it can touch a level of 73.13, and if that sustain a further upside, we can see towards 73.6 to a level of 75.27. Okay, if that sustain a further upside, we can see towards a level of $76.16, and if the price started going above this level, chance of touching 78.65. You have to understand volatility can be for $10 also, we don't know, so you keep trailing your SL by $1 or $2, trail your SL by $1 or $2. Okay, so you should not lose your profit. Once started going over a level of $78, chances of crossing a level of 80.84 we can see, and then there will be a zone breakout, because this level we have seen in July of 24, so probability can be high that it can touch a level of 82. If the price started going above 82, you can trail SL again by $1 or $2. Okay, but suppose if the price didn't sustain this level of started falling, this particular pattern supporting this trend, so it can touch a level of around 70, because see, market is uncertain, because volatility will be on both the side. If you are thinking that the market will go up, it will hold for some time also, so you have to understand, if it goes up, it will come down. Okay, or if it has to move up, see, market will not move in one direction. Okay, so you have to understand it will move in both the ways. So you have to understand, if the price started falling below a level of 71.16, it can bounce back from this level, but if it started going below this level, chance of touching a level of 68.5 we can see. Suppose if the price started falling below this level, chance of touching 66.4 we can see, and if the price moving below this level, we can see a level of 65.3. okay, then there will be a zone breakout, so further downfall we can see towards a level of around, after 65.3, a further downfall we can see towards a level of $64.3. if the price moving below that particular level, chance of touching 63.5, and then there will be a zone breakout, so further fall we can see towards $61.8. okay, and if that didn't sustain, a further fall we can see. So if the price started falling below 61, there will be a chances that it can move towards 57.45, and then there is a probability that it can go further. Plays an important role. So suppose if the price didn't sustain this level, let's see, because there is a higher chances it will sustain towards higher side, because see, if you look at if there is a disruption between supply and demand, then there is a chances that the price can rise. okay, so if the price started sustaining this level, didn't sustain, we can see it can touch a level of 3.9. if started going below this level, we can see a level of 3.6, and once started moving below this level, chance of touching 3.195 will be there after crossing a level of 3.6. okay, because see, these are the levels where we can see a bounce back can come, but if started falling below 3.6, chance of touching 3.15 we can see, and from there it will move below, it will move in this zone. So you have to understand, as soon as the price started falling below 3.6, chance of touching 3.2, and then it will move in this zone. okay, because a bounce back can come from 3.2, and then the next level is coming at a level of 3.13, and once started falling below this level, we can see a level of $3, and then to a level of 2.8, to a level of 2.3. okay, so there will be a chance that the price will move in this zone. okay, but chances are very high that the price can go further upside, because see, as I've already explained you, if there is a disruption in the export and import, so chances are high, suppose if the price sustain, it can move towards $4.28. if the price moving up this level, probability of touching 4.57 we can see, and if that sustain, we can see the price can move towards $4.94. okay, suppose if the price moving up that particular level, chance of touching 5.18 we can see, and if that sustain, a further upside we can see towards a level of around 6.13 if the price sustain this level. So you have to look at this and keep trailing your SL, so you can capture a big movement towards an upside. So if it started going above a level of 5.1, we can see a level of 5.5 to a level of 5.8, and then to a level of $6. and okay, and once started going above this level, we can see a level of 6.5. keep trailing your SL, okay, by 0.3 or $0.5, so you can capture a big movement towards an upside. okay, any doubt regarding this, you can mail me. I've given the mail ID also in the description. Now let's see how the currency pairs are moving. See, now if you look at the Euro USD, let's see. See, now if you look at the Euro USD, what we have seen, the Euro USD is trying to go and forming a pattern at this particular level. okay, I have clearly explained you that how the dollar index is moving. You can check it, the price of, see how the dollar index is moving, is trying to go down. If this is the pattern we have seen in that, and if the dollar index started going down, we see the price of Euro USD can sustain, and this particular pattern is supporting a down upside. If the price of dollar index started going down, see, if the price sustain this level, we can see it can touch a level of $108.85, and once started going over this level, probability of $1095 will be there, and then there will be a zone breakout, so we can see the price can touch a level of 1.104, and if the price moving over this level, probability of touching 1.11 will be there. okay, because there will be a zone breakout, so chances are high the price can touch a level of 1.094 to a level of around 1.10, and from there it can touch a level of $1,111. chances of crossing a level of around 1.12 will be there. okay, and then there will be a zone breakout, so probability of sustaining towards 1.128 we can see, and then there will be a zone breakout, so we can see the price can go towards a level of 1.13 to a level of $1.14. okay, and if that sustain, a further upside. But if the price didn't sustain, it can move further down towards a level of $1.075, and if the price started falling below this level, it can touch a level of 1.62. if the price going below that particular level, chance of touching a level of, if the price started going below this level, chance of touching a level of 1.052 will be there, and from there a further fall we can see towards 1.0362, and if that didn't sustain, a further fall we can see 1.02, then there will be a zone breakout, so further downfall is there. okay, and chances of going further down will be there towards the level of 1.00719, and if the price moving below that, see, if we look at the USD JPY, what we have seen that the JPY is See, if you look at the USD JPY, what we have seen the price now going towards a level of $149.110. There is two pattern forming. Chances are high as per the pattern that it can go towards $1.148, and from there it can move towards 147. Suppose if the price started falling below this level, chance of touching 146 will be there, and then there will be chances that it can touch a level of 144, and then a further downfall we can see towards 140 to a level of $141 after crossing a level of 143. Chances are very high, but if the price sustain, it can touch a level of $150 to a level of around 151.2, and then there will be a zone breakout. So further upside we can see towards 152.8, and then a further upside we can see towards a level of 154. Okay, and if that sustain, a further upside we can see towards a level of $156. Okay, and then a further high. So you have to understand there is a pattern forming which is showing a downtrend towards a level of 148, from there a level of 147 to a level of 146, and then a further fall towards a level of 144 to a level of 142, and then to a level of 141. But if it sustain, we can see a level of 150 to a level of around 151, and then there will be a zone breakout because 151 is already tested. So we can see there will be a further rise towards 151 to a level of 153, and then a further upside. There is a high chances that we can see the price of USD JPY